Hello and welcome back to the Goat Cave podcast. Today we actually have one of our listeners in here today. Blair, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, I'm wonderful, man. Thanks for coming out.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Yeah, but before we jump into, your interview here, we'll do some updates. So last week I sat down with Scott Loist, aka Spot the Looney. We were joined by a good friend of mine, Nathan Weens. If you guys don't know who Spot the Looney is, he basically runs it's kind of like what Justin Soul does. I don't know if you know who he is, but he has a website that's just dedicated to like parks. So Scott just passed 1,000 different parks on his website that he's logged. He's been to almost 400 of them. I think 377 different parks across Canada and the States. Really cool if you're into skate parks, like his site's got photos of everything, like reviews on it, what you might like there, what you might not like there. Yeah, definitely check out his site this spring and summer when you're out looking for parks to ride. The site is actually called Scott Dreams of Skate Parks. Yeah, shout out to him. Later tonight, I'm sitting down with London local Mike Kewen. Mike is going to join us today and talk about his time in Australia and, just riding BMX and being a crazy motherfucker. Hell yeah. So BMX updates. Ellie, what's her last name?
Ellie Chu.
Yeah.
Double flip.
Fucking double flip, dude. I don't know. Is that the first one? I don't know if that's the first double flip.
Oh, they all seem pretty stoked. So.
I know. I'm like, I wonder, because I didn't see anything that said like women's first double flip. So maybe I should call Beatrice later and ask her, because she's I don't know if you know who Beatrice is, but she runs the Bloom, which is like an all-female BMX site. Yeah, I guarantee she'd know. Yeah, and then also we have I'll show a clip of that actually. Let's see here. Yeah, this double flip is so crazy.
It's like perfect.
Perfect double flip. And like, there's always going to be those people that are like, "Oh, it's over a resi ramp." But like,
dude, that ramp is like 40 feet.
Yeah, that ramp is not to fuck around on,
Yeah.
UK legend the Fids actually like jumped this a couple years ago. And like literally just straight nosedive on a turn down.
No thanks.
Yeah, he walked away fine too. He was like stoked. Hell yeah. So let's pull this up. Like, look at how perfect that rotation is too. Like,
just keep it pulled.
So good, and lands it literally perfectly. Like, I don't think you could have pulled that any cleaner.
Like, that was best of the best.
Hell yeah.
Like, impressive.
Yeah, so definitely a big shout out to Ellie on that. That was really fucking cool. And then there's the jam at All In this weekend. So yeah,
that's weird that it's still Toronto X Jam. But
yeah,
it's at All In. That's a little bit.
It's a little strange,
Yeah.
I think I tried to have Zeb on the show, and recently he just like. I tried to set everything up, and Zeb's a pretty busy guy, but I think he ended up just ghosting me. Like, because I sent him a message and he never responded. Kind of like, man, come on. Like, I'm trying to help you push your jam, But, he's probably just a busy dude, so it's all good. But
it happens.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how that goes, Like, my big thing about X Jam in previous years is that, Toronto BMX Jam had such a history and such a, like, thing behind it because it was a pop-up park. It's a park that people would go just to ride that. They didn't even want to compete, they just want to ride that park, and that's the only chance they'll get. Whereas at All In, it is kind of one of those things where all these dudes that want to win, all they got to do is just go twice a week and figure out all the lines, and then the kids that are coming from like a different state or different province, they're fucked because they've only rode it for a couple days.
I wonder how that would affect like the cyclist part of it, because there's a lot of like sales booths and shit like that everywhere, and there's like a flatland section. Like, is that all gonna be?
So I don't think they're doing flatland. Because there's nowhere they could do it at All In.
Exactly.
Like I was there for 9 months. The only place that you could do it is the bottom of the bowl, and that's just not enough space.
Yeah, where are you gonna? That's not gonna work.
Yeah.
For anybody.
And I was kind of disappointed that they're not doing anything with that bowl. Like, I helped build that bowl. I love that bowl. I love riding it. It's such a great bowl to ride. I don't know if you've ever ridden it.
I've never been there, no.
No, that bowl is incredible, man. Honestly, it's worth the trip just to go and ride that.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of disappointed that they didn't do like a bowl contest or anything. They literally just stuck with the park at the back. Like, I get it. It's a pain in the ass to move everybody from one room into the other. But, man, that bowl would have been cool to fucking see a
it kind of
contest.
segregates everyone. You got to ride big shit all the time.
Yeah.
And it's like,
and that's another thing too, is that, at X Jam, in recent years, they had like, street riders against street riders, park riders against park riders. Well, now, because it's all one course, everybody's stuck together, and there's not really a lot of variety when it comes to the street stuff there,
Yeah, it's like a rail and a hubba.
Yeah, they don't have much.
Yeah.
Which kind of sucks, but I mean, you do what you do, right? I don't know. I'm excited to see what happens with it. Like, the photos and the videos that I saw yesterday, it really didn't look like too many people showed up, which, it's the first year they're doing it, so it's kind of to be expected.
Yeah, but it's still known, I guess, so it's a little bit.
And, like, I think that a lot of people kind of have some drama between, like, All In themselves. I don't know. Like, I was actually planning on going, but I don't drive, so I asked all my buddies if they wanted to go, and none of them were really that interested, so I just, decided to do a podcast instead.
Yeah, yeah, it's a fair trip. And
yeah, it is like an hour and a half from here. And anytime that you start leaving that way, like, Joyride's a little bit further for us. But the thing is that if we're going to Joyride, we're not going to get snowed in and have to fucking stay there. Like, we can always get home if we go to Joyride. Whereas at All In, so many times that I've drove out there with my buddies, and we end up having to spend the night in the bowl because it gets snowed in.
Fucking terrible.
Yeah, it's not terrible, but it's just one of those things where you're like, motherfucker, if you work,
home,
if you work the next day, something like that. Like, if you have pets like me, like, fuck, it's such a pain. But yeah, moving on from that, 25-year-old Tyler Craner passed away this week when he had a bad crash at the Vans Park in Orange County. So super upsetting to hear, and we at the Goat Cave wish his family, the best through these hard times. I think we all need to take a step back and really remember anything can happen, and we aren't promised tomorrow. And like, the accident that he had was such a freak accident. Like, it should have never happened, but unfortunately it did, and it scared the shit out of me because, what had happened is I don't know if his bike hit a fluorescent light bulb or if he went to do like a wall ride and hit it. But I guess that he had ended up getting like hit in the neck with a light bulb and losing a lot of blood. And then by the time the ambulance showed up, they're really trying to help him, and he ended up dying in the hospital, which is so scary because do you know how many fucking times I've like, at All In especially, I would go up and I'd hit the fucking, I'd hit the light on the vert wall.
That inflow a lot.
Yeah.
That inflow.
Yeah, there's a lot of kids that have hit those lights. I hit one out of the roof, like trying to do it, but it scares the shit out of me because I'm like, that could have been me. Like, I could have fucking actually got fucked up. Which I'm like, I don't know why I never thought of that. I think because, like, with fluorescent light bulbs, whenever they break, they shatter into, like, a billion pieces. And you're just like, oh, it's fine. But it's actually glass. Like, you'll actually get fucked up.
Yeah, last thing you're thinking is this thing's going to fly out and stab me in the neck, though. Like, you're never going to...
Oh, dude, it's such a freak accident, and unfortunately, like, the news reporters that I saw talking about it, they had said that the family is actually contacting lawyers. And I'm like, well, you can't really do much because, for one, the park, you sign a waiver. And, like, there's only so much that waiver covers. Yes, like, it covers your liability and whatever. So if you do get hurt or you do unfortunately pass away, you can't come back to the park and say, oh, well, this is like, on you guys. But it also might work out in the family's favor because, Vans is a big company, for one. Two, the park, like, if you don't have cages around the lights, maybe they could go against that and be like, oh, well, if you guys would have had cages, this never would have happened. But
yeah, I guess the worst you're dealing with is an audit.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I hope that everything works out for, in Van's favor. I don't think it's fair that these lawyers are going to come in and just try and shut this place down now because of it. Like that
one freak accident.
Yeah.
It happens everywhere. And
oh, dude, like, it's starting to become a more prominent thing. I don't know if it's just something that I'm seeing a lot more now because I'm older, or maybe I'm just, it's starting to actually be a big thing. But in the last couple of years, a lot of people within BMX and mountain biking have passed away riding their bikes. You know, Jordy Len was a Canadian legend, insane mountain bike guy. He passed away doing a trick on his bike. Just fell the wrong way, I guess. He was actually sponsored by Mike Gray's company, Space Brace.
I love Space Brace.
Yeah, the best, man.
The best.
Man, fucking Mike is a stoner too. I had no idea. Oh yeah,
he's a cool cat.
He like showed up and instantly, like without even asking, he's rolling up in here. I'm like, well, it's fine. Like I don't care. Yeah, and then there's a dude in BC that passed away last year just through like I guess he was trying something and fell the wrong way, and just a lot of sad fucking
something in the air.
Yeah, a lot of sad stories when it comes to that, you know. But yeah, definitely wishing his family the best. And yeah, moving on. Bail of the Week, everybody's favorite section. You've seen it. You've been a part of it.
Yeah.
This week we have 4 contestants that have sent in footage, and if you're new here, we're going to watch all the footage, figure out which one is our favorite, and they move on to the finals. And then in April, I'll actually be giving away the first frame. So anybody that has won in the past, which including yourself, Blair, you have a chance at winning a new pro model frame.
Do you know what frame it is?
I do not yet. I think I'm gonna get a BSD frame though for somebody. Good. Yeah, we'll see. I'm gonna go through Harvester just because he always gives me like the best deals when it comes to this kind of stuff.
Can't beat Harvester anywhere. I love Harvester.
Yeah, he's the best, man. Guy. Shout out to Anthony. He actually recommended you to be on the show.
Really?
Yeah, it was him and a couple other people had asked for it too, which is really cool. Hell yeah. So let's jump into these bales. First up, we got John Stewart. Let's find these. Okay, so here we go. Nice little, he managed to get out of it pretty well.
The bars move?
I think so. Yeah, they look like they moved. It's always funny whenever that happens, like you just managed to pull out of it. There was a clip that Estonia rider and listener sent in of him going over a hip like that and literally snapping the front end of his bike off.
No.
Oh, Jesus, man.
No way.
And then next up, this should be... I have no idea who this kid's name is. Let's see. Do you know who this guy is?
Is this the young one?
I think so. It's a good little asshole smash. You need one of those. Shout out to you. I'm sorry I don't know your name. Your Instagram does not have your name in it. And I don't know what the hell your Instagram said. And this is Alex Bradbury from London. Nice little handrail dive.
Bike.
Gotta get that. And then this last one is Braden Hansen. Oh, let's see here. There we go. Sorry, I'm taking too long. Here we go. So like little run through. Have you ever been to this park?
What park? I was gonna say what park is that?
Not St. Mary's. Stratford. That's where it is.
Oh no.
Like he managed to get out of that pretty well, out of a flip. Like it's hard to make that happen. So out of those 4 clips, who was your favorite today?
I think I'm going to go with that rail one.
Yeah?
With the handrail.
Alex Bradbury.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Well, let's play that clip again. Here we go.
Only back peg. That's
go.
Scary.
That is very scary. Alex Bradbury, you are Bail of the Week champion. You got a chance at that new pro model frame. Hell yeah. Moving on, clip of the week goes to Brad Sims this week. I normally try and give this to like local dudes. I'm trying to support local BMX, but this clip just blew my fucking mind. So I figured I gotta show this on the show. If you guys aren't following Brad Sims, I don't know what your deal is. Figure it out. Like, he's so fucking good.
He loves this spot. Oh, no, it's not the one with the hill. But, like...
It's so crazy, man.
He can jump. And apparently, he's not that big. But, like, he's huge, I guess, jacked.
Yeah.
But he can jump.
Yeah, he is fucking unreal, man. Shijo was just with him, actually, for a little while, which is really cool. I spent, like, a week with him, I think. Yeah, just unreal, man. Hell yeah. So, the guest this week, you know, he's a local dude from St Catharines. He rides for Harvester Bikes, Hamilton Waxworks, and is a member of BMXfu. He has the best hair in the game, and that's saying something. Blair is known for his awesome tech style while still being able to hold his own on the bigger setups. You can see that growing up around BMXfu dudes has definitely played a big role in his riding and trick list. Blair, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Wonderful. Here, I'm just going to exit out of this. Hell yeah. So, you've listened to the show a couple times. You know what we do here. First, we're going to talk about when you first got into riding. So, how'd you get started?
So, really, it was this guy, my mom's boyfriend knew would come and help and, you know, clean up the yard and shit. And he was like grade 8 and I was like really young. So, in order to hang out with him, he had to say, "Oh, this is my cousin." So, like, his friends would make fun of him and shit like that. But he had a bike and he would do like foot jams. He would try like foot jam whips, and I thought it was pretty cool. So, you know, time goes on. I got my own bike. It was a free agent stiletto. Yeah, it was pretty rad. I had that for a while, and I was in like grade 4. And then I would go to the skate park, and it was just always the Foo guys at the skate park, always. And they were rad, like Lee Dennis and Sean Swain, and, you know, those guys, Greg Henry, like, you know, those guys were the man. They were so good.
Yeah, dude. Sean Swain is fucking unreal, dude. Honestly, probably one of the most underrated riders in all of Ontario.
It's so different. Like, he doesn't ride like anybody. He's
not at all.
And the control is
unreal. And his hand plants are fucked, dude. Like, there's a clip of him. I don't know if it was actually used in a video or if it was just an Instagram clip. But he's on a loading dock and literally does a fucking hand plant 180 off a loading dock. And, like, you're literally, like, it doesn't make any sense, you know? Like, it just blows my mind.
Yeah, he's so good. It's crazy. I wish he's still, like, I was with him a couple of weeks ago.
Hell yeah. Still unreal, eh?
Yeah, it's just, like, anything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got to ask him if he wants to come on the show sometime. I don't know if he'd be interested, but...
He'd have fun. I'm sure he would.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Just come and hang out.
Fuck yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
Can you remember the first bike that you ever had?
Yeah, it was that
free agent, right?
Yeah, it was a red stiletto. I liked it a lot. And then that didn't last long. And then the next one after that I remember was a Miracle Valet. Nice blue, is pretty. But yeah, that didn't last long. But that's when I started like getting parts. I started figuring out how to like take everything apart and breaking shit and not knowing how to put it together. And I rode for a long time with like no headset. I would just put duct tape and a lot of grease and it worked. So I had the cricketiest bike of all time for the longest time, ever since like I got out of high school and got a job. I could afford parts somewhat. I started getting a better bike. And now I have the bike I have today.
What are you riding today?
Oh, I ride Kink.
Yeah?
The Titan 2.
Nice.
That's the best.
What kind of parts list you got on that?
I got the Brock Olive bars. I just put the R32 or F32 forks on, front brakes.
Nice.
Titan 2 frame, 175 cranks with a coaster.
Hell
4
yeah.
pegs.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're definitely, your setup right now is really cool because you're riding a coaster, gyro, and front brakes.
I actually just took the gyro off before I came here.
Really?
Yeah, the top cable, it pooched out, so
Oh, fuck.
Went back to straight cable.
I gotta show you what I have on my bike. I have a Primo Pervert. I don't know if you've ever seen one of those things. I'll show you afterwards, but the way that it works is so fucking weird. Like, you'll see it and you'll be like, oh my god, this is brilliant for, like, setting up a gyro, you know?
Yeah. The one I have like the basic Odyssey one, and it was like, for one, I don't know how to set up a gyro very well. And I think the cables I got were a little bit too short because there was always play. It was just, yeah, it didn't work for me. Didn't last long at all.
Yeah, gyros are always a giant pain in the ass to set up, you know?
Yeah, super finicky.
Very finicky. If you don't get the right size cables for like your bars, it's not going to work. So the way that I have it set up is like it's all basically a custom setup on the front just so that it works perfectly, and I've never had any issues with it since. Like,
really?
Yeah, and I run like that Chijo's like brake tartar.
Yeah. I love that. That's like a cheat code when it comes to braking.
Oh hell yeah, dude! It's so good. Well, I used to do like the Crumlish thing where you pour like Coca-Cola on your rims.
Yeah, I used to do that.
But I always found that like, you know,
it makes a mess.
It makes a mess. It gets very, very, very humid. Like when it does get very humid, it just doesn't work at all. Like I always found that it just made
slide.
Yeah, which is very strange. You know, you don't want that at all. But yeah, that brake tartar. Oh my god, it's so fucking
next
good.
level. That's genius.
Yeah, definitely. Shout out to you, Shijo, and I think it was Trent that helped do that as well.
Yeah, probably like to. It's genius. Those guys are the man.
Hell yeah.
Shijo on the brake moves.
So, do you want to name off some of the riders like through BMXfu that you really looked up to? You know, you mentioned Greg Henry.
Yeah, Greg and Lee and Swain and Andrew. Oh man, there's so many of them.
Yeah, the Fu team has really, really, really changed in the last 10 years. Like it's so big now. Like
you go anywhere around here and everyone's like, oh, you got a badge, and it's like, yeah, man, thanks. And yeah, everyone knows Fu. Like it's, you know,
those head tube badges, man. That's the thing. Like the head tube badges, I think really brought it to be something else.
Sets it apart, yeah. And then they came with like the frames, like Charlie's frame and Craig's frame, and I had to get them both just because it's Fu. I have everything with a Fu label on it.
Hell yeah.
I have it all just because like you have to have it. It's BMXfu.
Yeah, I would love to run that tall boy frame. You know, I really like it.
I guess the new one's way better, but the old one, you get tired really fast.
Yeah.
It's big.
It's a big bike,
But like, I guess for the tricks Charlie does, it's perfect.
Yeah, I would love to ride it, but I run a gyro and I can't run straight cable. I fucking can't. I hate it, you know.
Yeah, and it has that tall you need big forks to ride it.
Yeah.
Like uncut forks.
Yeah.
Because that head tube thing is...
Well, and the steer tubes on forks now are getting very, very small too. Like even running a gyro on it can be a giant pain in the ass. Like I think Odyssey is one of the only companies that are still keeping them at like a good uncut.
Yeah, with the octaves on Sundays and the new forks at Odyssey.
Yeah, because I'm running some Fiend team forks, and it's so fucking close to not working with my gyro.
Really? That sucks.
It works. It does. It's one of those things where I'm like, if it was any fucking shorter, it would be so much more of a pain in the ass. Like I have like literally 2 millimeters of play on each side for the gyro.
Really, just
like you don't want
rest
that
on the gyro tab.
Yeah, and you can't have that. Yeah. It's pretty crazy, man. Definitely very cool that Craig and Charlie actually were able to get pro model frames through S&M.
Yeah, with the bridge.
The Fu Man on the bridge is really cool as well. Yeah, it's really interesting. It's kind of cool to see how far Charlie has came in BMX in the last 10 years as well. Like
I think he definitely separates hardcore street riding to going out and having fun.
Absolutely.
That's I feel like he goes out and has fun. That's why he comes up with the most mental shit on a 2-foot ledge.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm gonna do the show with him at some point. I asked him and Greg, and he seemed interested. And Greg, I put them in a group chat because I wanted to do it together with them. Greg just didn't reply, but I'm sure he'd be interested if Charlie's coming to do it. So
yeah, it'd be fun together.
Hell yeah, it would be a very interesting one. I'm sure this room would be very, very fucking smoky.
Yeah, very loud.
Very, very loud. Oh man. So would you consider yourself more of a park rider, street rider, or all-around rider?
I guess now I'd be more of an all-around rider. Like, I'm not the greatest at the ramps, but I like to get down. I like to have fun, so I'll send it. But for the most part, I'll spend my time on the streets. So it's hard to really tell because I can do both, but I like to call myself a street rider. Look at my bike, really. It's the bulkiest, heaviest thing you can see.
Yeah, I could definitely see what you mean by that. I think it's very good when people can ride everything, It really opens up variety and how much you can do. Yeah, because
you're not just looking for manuals and rails and stuff. You're like Zach, he'll use anything as a quarter pipe. Like a rail is a quarter pipe to him. It's retarded. It's so good.
Yeah, Zach is unreal, dude.
Yeah, you find transitions that make sense in this streets, I guess. It's hard. It's hard to say or explain.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how did you meet Anthony from Harvester Bikes? So we mentioned, Harvester a little earlier.
Yeah, so I guess I had a buddy that would he talked to him before I knew him, and I went to his jams a couple times. And I guess my buddy would talk me up a lot. Shout outs to Derek for that. And then he digged the way I rode. And then eventually I figured out who he was, and I just asked. It's like, hey man, you got room in the team? And he was like, yeah. Wasn't expecting that. So I guess that's best of luck, I guess. That's it. Luck of the draw.
That's sick, man. I've always wondered how Harvester actually picks out his team. Because a lot of the times, he's definitely got a lot of people on there now. I think there's 5 or 6.
Yeah, I think there's 6 or 7 now
that are actually on the team too.
Yeah, there's a lot of people who rep Harvester. He's really well known.
Oh, absolutely.
Go anywhere and wear his shirts, and everyone knows what's up.
Yeah. Well, my buddy Travis, he's on the Harvester team. He's from town here. Yeah. He's had a part in both of my videos. You got Ozzy, who's on Harvester, obviously. Yeah. Dave Advent, kind of, I don't know if he still does. I think he kind of reps them still.
Yeah, he just has fun, whatever.
Mm-hmm. And then, obviously, yourself and Father Pig, which is really cool.
Yeah, I guess it's just guys who can be like a family, I guess, because that's the most important thing about a team. And people who don't do the same shit as everyone, just a little bit different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know how he chooses that. It's just who he likes is who he likes.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, he's super sick, I love Harvester.
He's really helps cool. Out everyone. He's everywhere.
His jams are always a lot of fun, he really knows what he's doing when it comes to building a community. You can really see that.
Dude, there's so many people that go to his jams.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
I think BMX jams are something that is kind of a dying thing right now in the sport. You don't really see it very often.
Yeah, that's that sucks, actually.
I don't even know how many people do them in Southern Ontario area, because I know I do one. Harvester does them. We've got the B&E guys. Do they still do it?
I haven't
BMX
heard
jams?
about one of those in a while.
As
far as where I'm from, my local area, there's really nothing. I hosted a jam in October, and I plan to do another one in October just because it was such a good turnout.
Yeah.
But I had to fill up, I had to give back somehow just because there was nothing. Kids got to look forward to something.
Oh, absolutely.
Or else
it helps. Honestly, the more that you put into the community and the more that you give back, the more it'll give to you, is what I've found. I've hosted jams for 8 years. I've done 2 full-length DVDs. I do a podcast now. I'm starting a BMX website for the local riders around here.
People see that and they want to see more of
it. Well, that's the thing. The people like it. They really are into it. I have people from the UK that bought videos from me. There's videos in Scotland and Texas and all these crazy places.
You're all over the world now, especially with the podcast.
Oh man, I was blown away. So if you guys don't follow me on Instagram, please do, because that's where I post a lot of the like upcoming people on the show. I ask questions for guests and whatnot. Definitely go follow my Instagram. But I posted earlier this week that my podcast has actually gotten really, really good lately, with over 5,000 listens to, my 37 episodes that I've uploaded. And that's through like, Spotify and everything, as well as YouTube. But I was blown away because there's people in fucking Japan that have listened to this show.
Yeah, like
people,
how does it get over there?
That's the thing. I'm like, it's so crazy to me that there's like people from Japan, Portugal, like Czech Republic, everywhere. It's like, this is mind blowing.
Just make the sport widespread.
Oh, of course.
Connect everyone.
Yeah, it was really fucking cool to see that. I don't really look at those very often, like my stats or where I've been like played, but to see that the show has been in 16 different countries, like literally all around the world, blew my fucking mind.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Like, it's interesting when you see the map, because like it'll show you on your account that I have, and it's literally like it's a big portion of the world. Like, wow.
Yeah, so imagine like a year from now,
Oh man,
like the whole world.
Yeah, I wish. That'd be cool.
That would be cool.
Hell yeah.
Halfway there almost.
Pretty much, man.
Not really, but
yeah, we got a couple more countries to go. So you mentioned you were at some Harvester jams. I got a clip that I want to show. This is from, I think, the Halloween jam last year. I've been meaning to get out to one of these again because I really miss these jams. Let's see. Here we go. So we'll play this from the start. Nice 270 Smith to feeble 270 out if you're listening, not watching. Very cool.
Thanks. Those take some work for me to do. Like, that's not easy for me.
It's a hard trick,
It is.
We filmed my buddy Eric, aka BMX Taxi, if you guys want to go check him out. For my last video, and that was a clip on a mini ramp in like somebody's backyard, and he worked for that one.
It's not something you can do in like 10 minutes. I think it took me like half an hour to get that.
Oh, probably.
But yeah, the Harvester jams are cool. Like, especially like if people find out you're on the team and they all like, they kind of like circle the team and they all want to ride with the team, and it feels,
hell yeah,
it feels really cool. And it's like, I haven't quite made it, but it feels like you're there. It's different.
It's cool to ride for somebody that you already like would shop at anyways,
Yeah. So like, let's say if Harvester like didn't really care for bikes, and I just wouldn't be there,
Yeah.
It's just he loves the community and loves the bikes, and he bikes himself. So like, of
yeah,
course
exactly.
I'm gonna represent that.
Yeah, it's interesting when you start to see people that actually ride, and own shops at the same time, like Adam Maroka from Station, insane. Yeah. That guy's so good.
I feel like he has a really good mindset with his shop too.
Yeah.
Like, if you love bikes and stuff, why not have a shop? If it works, it works. If it doesn't,
then you at least tried, Yeah, he was really cool to have on here. He was like really interesting to talk to. Harvester listened to that episode, and he was just saying like, how awesome it was to hear about his shop and everything, and then to hear he had said that like there's a lot of really good content in there that kids could really learn from, which is really cool.
Yeah, he knows a lot about bikes too, and he's down just to like show you some shit. Like, if you really want to learn about it, he'll be like, if you tighten this first or whatever, just ask him.
Yeah, exactly.
It's cool like that. Just go and chill at the shop.
Yeah,
I don't do it, but
that happens.
I guess you could.
So why don't you tell us about how you got hooked up with BMXfu?
It's really hard, for one. Like, you can't really just get hooked up with them, but since I've been there for so long, they've known my face for so many years, and I've literally bugged them for over a decade. Like, I want a badge. When am I getting a badge? I just bug them every day, all day, and eventually they're just like, I asked Jake, actually, another thing, I just asked him, I was like, hey man, you got a badge? But I was like, hey, he used to do lines, you do a good line, and he'll give you a badge if you were like tight with him.
Yeah.
So I was like, maybe he still does that. Let's give it a shot. And then he's like, well, I already got one for you. It's in my car. You earned it the hard way.
Hell yeah.
So
that's
sick,
how man.
That went, and I was super stoked with that. That was like life changing for me, because something that you work so hard for so long, and then you finally get it, and it's like, what else can I get? You know, it really pushes you to go somewhere else.
Yeah, and like, you know, we were mentioning this, I don't know if this was on stream or beforehand. I think it was beforehand, but just, you know, the amount of years that you spent like really looking up to the food dudes and everything. And, you know, you had mentioned in your post that we're showing on screen here that, you know, to some people it's just a piece of metal, but to you it's so much more, you know?
It's like achievement, you know, it's so many years of effort just to get, you know, because it's like a family thing. It's so much behind a badge to me, I guess. You know, to someone that doesn't ride a bike, it's like whatever, but it's an achievement, I guess.
Yeah, no, I can see what you're saying. Like, it's a big deal, especially to a lot of people in the Southern Ontario area, you know? Like, you know, there is quite a few people that have the badge now, but it's still something that is very, very, very tight-knit. You need to earn it, you know? Like,
yeah, because it's like everyone who has a badge, you just go and talk to it. It's like a family thing. Like, that's like the biggest thing about it, is like a family. And
yeah.
That's everyone has been related to Fu in one way or another, like gone on trips or whatever it is, been together for a long time or grew up together or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's just like they're tight.
The first time that I ever heard about BMXfu was through a magazine. I can't remember if it was a ride magazine or like you know, Dig, but there was a big like couple page article with just like photos of all the food dudes riding, and then them like hanging out in a garage in St Catharines.
Barbell's garage. That
Yeah.
place is crazy.
Yeah, man. I like, it was so cool to see that, you know, and especially when you're that young. And at that time, I didn't really know anybody in town. Like, I had just moved here. And it was cool to see that the BMX scene was alive and well, even when I was like very young, you know, because that was something that I looked up to, is like, I want to have a crew that is super tight and likes to hang out and ride, you know. And, you know, I got it. All my Space Goats boys are the best. Like, love them all. Yeah. They're great.
It's sick that they're still riding. They've been riding since they were like little.
Oh yeah, dude.
Like, that's like a true love for the sport.
Yeah,
you know?
BMX is so crazy that way, you know, because a lot of people that like play hockey, they'll play when they're like younger, and then they get too old and they just watch hockey.
Oh, my knee hurts.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, they just watch it. But like,
yeah, BMX is different.
Try to get around.
Yeah,
you know,
that's the thing. BMX is so much different. Like, a lot of people do leave, obviously, but I think that a good majority of the older dudes really, really stick around and always still kill it, you know? Like, the oldest guy in our group, he's turning 30 this year, and absolutely still killing it, destroying it, you know? Like, he really shows that, you know, like, age, definitely at 30, you're still fine. Like, you know, talking to Zach Gerber, I think he's 34, and he's still sending huge front flip gaps. Sean Burns is, like, up there now, too. He's still sending big shit. Yeah, it's really cool that with BMX, for the most part, if you're, like, doing stuff into transition, you know, you're pretty much fine for, like, years to come. There's a dude in London who's, I think, 52, Mike Bennett. He rides Medway Bowl, like, every Wednesday, and he kills it, man. He's an older guy, just loves it, you know. My buddy Ryan Raynard, he has dirt jumps in his backyard. He was on the show at one point. He's, like, definitely up there as well. It's just a good way to kind of keep, you know, keep with one thing, keep you sane, I guess. I always find if I don't ride, I just go nuts, man.
Yeah, it's our outlet. I mean, I don't know. I guess we're destined to ride bikes, some of us.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, we find the community that's right for us, and the community vibe pulls us along, keeps us going, keeps us strong.
Hell yeah.
I love it. You love it. We all love it. Everyone listening loves it. So
that's right, you do.
We can all relate to that in one way or another.
Fuck yeah. So we mentioned earlier that you picked up a set of forks this past month. They're the F32s. You got some front brakes. What's up with that?
it clashes is what is up with it. 32s and front brakes. But I wanted more out of my bike, and back brakes weren't enough. I really enjoy doing front brake moves now, and like I would always try to do them with like no brakes, just brakeless, and it wouldn't work. So it was something I needed to expand my trick list.
Hell yeah.
I've been working on it really hard, trying to like get good with them, I guess. So
fuck yeah. Yeah, that nose pick is on a 9-foot quarter pipe. If you guys have never been to Joyride, that is the second biggest quarter pipe, not vert wall in the building. You know, there's the 10-foot half pipe.
I think it's terrifying.
Yeah. Oh, I love that fucking thing. You got to do it on that. That would be insane.
I'll get there. Next time I go, I'll do it.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
Tag me in the clip, man. I know you'll pull that shit. So I've pulled a couple clips from your Instagram. Do you want to just give us some backstory on these? So let's see here. Here we go. We got this nice tires gap.
Yeah.
So is that like a setup that you looked at for quite a while, or was it just something that kind of happened?
I think I was just looking at it for that time, and I think I just tried and I got close a couple times, and Greg's like, that'd be cool. And I asked him to film it, and it happened.
Hell
so
yeah.
It's just one of those things where I was in that mindset of like, oh, let's do something nuts, and that's what was in front of me, so that's what came.
Fuck yeah. I gotta ask, where did your Instagram name come from? Name change BMXfu. Is it because Greg always changes his fucking name on?
No. I don't know. I think it was in high school actually. I had it as something weird, and I figured out you could change your name, and then I went to like whoa name change, and it just stuck. I just took out the whoa and added the foo. So it's just been something that I've had for a long time. It's different. It's me.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I was going to change it not too long ago, but I couldn't think of something that topped that.
Yeah, you got to find something that's better than that, you know?
Yeah, because I feel like right now, for me, that's pretty original.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to stick with it.
There you go. Yeah, I think my Instagram name when I first started was awesome_balls with 2 Zs. I loved that. And then, once I started like getting into filming and everything, I was like, well, I might as well make like a different Instagram name. And everybody always called me the GOAT, and I use a HVX like 200 for my camera. Yeah. It's like HVXgoat. There we go.
Those things are so cool. Filming with those it's way different. Like that, it takes skill to film with a VX. Yeah.
So with mine, it's basically like Panasonic's HD version of a VX. Like, it definitely, you can do a lot of the same stuff. Like, you can make the footage look a lot like it, but it's mainly known as like the first HD like skate camera. You know, like you'll see in a lot of like BMX videos and skate videos, the giant like square fisheye that people will have on the front of the camera. That's for that camera. So like you can get that, or you can get I think it's the HPX, the HMC. There's a couple other like good Panasonic cameras that use it.
Right on.
Yeah, and then I used like tape footage beforehand from like my DVX as well as my Canon GL1. So that's all like a lot similar to what you would be doing with a VX. But I don't know. It's a lot of work. Yeah. It takes a lot of fucking time to use tape footage. That's why a lot of people have switched, right?
Yeah, I like to be the guy that like rolls down on a skateboard with the camera, but I don't like to edit or anything. It's just like, here, can I use your camera? And then here's a couple clips, Other than that, it's just iPhone. Hold it with the iPhone. Yeah, you got to get a good handle for your iPhone. Like, you can, there's a lot of really cool, like, dudes that just film Instagram clips, but they have, like, an actual, like, filming setup. So they'll have, like, a handle for their phone with a microphone on it, like a clip-on depth lens. Yeah, I think depth lens, that's what I was going to... Yeah, there's a couple different like companies that make like really good fisheyes for your phone now. But yeah, I've seen some really cool like Instagram filming setups, and like it's good if you're filming
for Instagram, I think. If you're going to film a full DVD, don't film it on your fucking phone, dude.
Dude, if you're cheap, you can pop out like the pee-pee hole in your door.
Yeah.
Just tape that to your phone.
Yeah, I've seen there's a kid years ago that I used to hang out with, and he had done that with his like little camera. And it looked so bad, but it worked as a fisheye. Like, it did work. It just looked so fucking terrible.
If you're cheap, you're cheap.
There you go. Oh, man. So this is a 270 foot whip at Joyride, and I'm more interested in the tail whip after, because I have something to tell you. So here we go. That was fucking clean, too.
That's my favorite trick.
Okay. On regular whips, do you catch frame like all the time?
That's
or is it
honestly one of the better whips I've caught.
Okay, so mainly you do catch frame, right?
Yeah, like bad. Never even cranks.
Okay, so I actually just landed, the last time that I rode, landed my first ever whip to cranks. Not pedals yet, one day. But I landed on frame for 4 years, everywhere. I could do it anywhere. That's the thing. I did it down stair sets. I did it down fucking anything, but I always caught frame. And it wasn't until I sat down and talked with Mike Spinner, the guy who landed the first quad whip ever, that I figured out how to do it. And he was saying that when you're catching frame, you're just a little too over top of the bike. If you were to move back the slightest bit, you'll catch pedals. So next time you go ride, maybe try and do it fly out for a little bit. Just move slightly back from where you were, and you should be able to kind of get your pedals. Yeah, it took me years, so don't feel bad. There's a lot of fucking dudes that do catch frame.
It's very hard.
Dude, a tail whip is one of the hardest tricks for a lot of people. For me, 100% was the hardest fucking battle that I've ever had trying to land a trick.
Because it's so easy to kick it around, but stopping it is a whole different story.
Catching it is way different, you know?
Yeah.
And one of my buddies, Keith, he actually landed a tail whip before I did, technically. He had been trying them for like 8 years on and off. I don't think, like, he never went to the park and really just tried them. Like, he landed his first one on resi after doing like 50 of them into foam. So I'm like, I kind of don't count that because I've never like thrown just a straight whip into foam or like.
I'll just hit ramp unless I'm doing like a flip or something weird like that.
Yeah, I've tried flip whips, I've tried free whips, I've tried all that stuff, but like realistically with the tail whip, and I've tried to explain this to a lot of people, is that a tail whip is actually a pretty safe trick. I would say it's safer than a bar spin because
you just throw it away.
Yeah, you can just literally land on your feet. Like, you know, unless you're gonna go out dead sailor, then yeah, you're pretty much fine. But yeah, definitely if you want some good advice on how to land pedals and not frame, listen to that Mike Spinner episode, because he actually, like, he landed frame for years too. That was like one of his worst things.
I'm definitely going to look that up.
Yeah.
Because that's my biggest thing is I don't know where to put my feet, so I just pinch it as hard as I can and hope for the best. Yeah,
if you're catching frame, there's definitely, I think what he was saying is that you're just a little too forward on the bike. Just move back the slightest bit and you'll pull it. Interesting, eh?
Yeah.
Can you catch pedal if you've have you ever like tried to just keep your foot over and just catch pedal with the other foot, or no?
No.
See, because I could always, anytime that I tried it, I could always get my right leg onto the like pedal. You know, I could always catch it, and then I just put this foot on the ground, but I could never put it there. Like if I actually landed one, it was on frame and rode away.
Yeah, that's weird though, because I can do like almost every other variation of a tail whip. Like, I can do, like, the tap dance or over shit. I can do,
that's
like,
the thing, 'cause, like,
foot jam whips perfectly.
Yeah, that 270 foot whip is insane. Like, you landed it perfectly.
I can do it, like, 7 times out of 10, too.
Yeah.
But a tail whip will take me an hour.
I think it's got to be that, like, you know, you're actually off the ground in a whip, and it's a little harder to control, I guess. But, like, honestly, I think that if you listen to that episode and you just move back the slightest bit, you'll probably be getting it like very, very quickly.
I'm going to plug those codes into a robot and hopefully we'll figure it out.
There you go. So this is a really cool clip that I found on your Instagram. It's a pole jam with like a table. So you took a Sabrosa rail and like set it up. And this is really cool, dude. So here we go.
Yeah, I love this place.
That is such a cool fucking little setup, dude. I really enjoyed watching this.
Yeah, this is a pavilion near my house in Port Dalhousie. And
Hell yeah.
they just built this actually, like 2 years ago or something like that. It's a perfect spot for when it's not nice out.
Yeah. Very original line, you know? I really liked that you set up the like rail like that. You don't see people doing that.
Yeah, I was like, that's when I really started getting into pole jams because I just binge watched Greg do them. He
Yeah.
makes them look so good, man, and like
Yeah,
Jersey
Greg
Bears
can
and shit.
fucking pole jam anything, dude.
Yeah, so like I put a lot of work into them, and then yeah, I was like, yo, let's put it on the picnic table. Maybe I can get on top of it.
Hell yeah.
And it was really easy.
That's sick, man. So we've got this snow sled thing that I wanted to show too. This is really fucking cool. So let me try and find this. Oh no, I'm going through literally everything. There we go. I thought that was so sick.
Yeah, so that is we were just riding in a parking lot with the Hamilton Waxworks guy.
Yeah.
And I just went out for a smoke because there was a kid around and wanted to walk away. And I found that. I was like, yo, let's do some Tater Kelly, whatever his name is.
Russ Kelly?
Yeah, let's do some of these moves. And that was literally the only thing I can come up with that made sense to me.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, but
it was very cool, man. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, I enjoyed doing different things. I think that's what sets me apart from everyone else. Like
I wrote that down at the bottom as something that I wanted to mention is just that your riding is so different because you're able to do stuff like that, you know?
I feel like that's the thing that's gotten me as far as I am. It's because I'm not doing bar spins and tail whips over everything.
Yeah.
Like, if I do a tail whip, I'm putting my foot down in some weird fashion and it works. It looks cool.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
It's easier for me and just don't want to be generic, I guess.
No, that's a good way to ride though. It's a good way to like get yourself, I don't know, focusing on other stuff and rather than just being like everybody else, you know?
Like mainstream because it's only like you're not gonna have fun trying to impress everyone. Like I'm out to impress myself, and if you like it, then that's awesome.
Hell yeah.
But for me, biking is my priority, and I'm here to please myself.
Fuck yeah, man.
Having everyone that enjoys it with me is just a bonus. Just adds to it, makes it that much better.
Yeah, exactly. For you guys listening, if you guys want to call in and ask Blair a question, the number is 226-789-6519. That's 226-789-6519. And I'll put the number on screen in a couple minutes. But yeah, just call in, ask Blair a question, tell us a cool story about Blair's hair, you know, stuff like that.
The hair. I love the hair.
You gotta have it.
Gotta have it.
So yeah, moving on here, we've got this little trick, these like little clip of these brake tricks at this park. This is really cool too. Let's pull this up. I think it's there. We go.
Yeah, the Fawn Hill Park.
Yeah, this park looks really cool, man.
It's really annoying, but it's cool. You can only really ride one thing at a time. Unless you're like gonna be cutting everyone off, which nobody likes.
Yeah,
it clashes.
It's so weird that like, you know, these park designers build this shit where like clearly you're not gonna be able to ride everything. You know?
But like the parks have so much potential. Like if you were just to like rearrange it, maybe then it would be 100 times better.
Yeah, it's so weird that happens.
I don't understand how it happens, really. It's like everyone's just going to sit on this box and then one at a time go in every direction.
Yeah.
You got to be able to go both ways.
The Waterloo skate park around here, it's a lot like that. I don't know if you've ever rode Waterloo.
No, I'm stoked to go riding around here.
Yeah, did you bring your bike today?
I did.
Oh.
Of course I did.
Maybe we'll go out for a little tour.
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't.
Show me to the closest skate park and I'll have fun.
Yeah, well, I'm down with that. I actually have not gone riding after one of these yet. So that'd be really cool. Well, because I've done a lot of them in the winter, right?
Yeah, it's been nasty. And I guess up here is a lot of snow.
Yeah.
I went outside today. There was like no snow in my house.
Damn.
Like, just maybe a little bit.
Yeah, we had like barely any the other day, and then all of a sudden it just came back. And it's like, motherfucker.
It was crazy. Dude, there's like 5-foot snowbanks on the side of the road. It's like, what is going on?
Yeah, we like literally Thursday, it was +5 out, and I was really excited to go ride. Got off of work early, got home, was gonna go ride, and then I just got busy, and I was like, fuck, I'll just go ride tomorrow. Like, I've made time to do it tomorrow. Wake up, foot of snow. Like are you fucking serious right now?
It's brutal.
Yeah, exactly.
It's coming though.
Yeah, so then we've got this tire grab can that I really, really like. This is one of my favorite looking tricks because one of my favorite riders, Mike Aiken, does this in 360s, and it looks unreal. Is that where you got the inspiration for this trick?
No, actually, I was at Woodward and somebody just, I was like, we were all riding a Resi. I think it was String Bean. He's like, yo, just do this. You do it all the time. Just put your hand down. And I did it, and it works.
Hell yeah.
It works really well, actually, that trick. So I can see how a 360 would be, like, controlled.
Oh, my God, dude. It looks so cool when Mikey does them. I'll pull up a clip of that in a minute. Yeah, it just looks insane.
Yo, I wish we had dirt jumps around here.
Yeah.
Like, or at least around me. There's only one set, and they're kind of mashed up, so you can't ride them, but a lot of my tricks are dirt jump tricks.
Yeah.
So
yeah, a lot of them would be really cool on dirt jumps, right?
Yeah. Dirt jump it's different.
Yeah.
You can mimic it by riding box jumps, but it's not even close to the same.
Yeah.
Dirt jump has its own feel.
If you're ever interested, let me know. I'll take you to my buddy's ramp, my buddy's trails. They're in his backyard, so
Dude,
like
I would go
they'll
every
be
week.
there. Yeah, they're
I
insane.
love it.
Yeah, he's a really nice guy too. So we'll definitely make that happen at some point this summer. And you were at Woodward for a little bit too, right? How did that happen?
Well, it was a BMX weekend that they do. It's pretty cheap. It's like $150. You can go for the weekend. But fortunate enough for me, Nate and Zach are
counselors there.
Yeah, that's what you call it. I was gonna say Lost Boys, but they're not. Part-time Lost Boys.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we got the luxury of being able to stay for a whole week with just us, the group, and the Lost Boys.
Hell yeah.
And that was like once in a lifetime experience. I'm so grateful for that. And it was really cool. Woodward is the place to be. Like, you just go on top of the mountain and it's like paradise. You know, in the morning, the fog's rolling off the fucking mountains. It's where you want to be. And everyone's so cool. And it's like, it's not even like, oh, I want to ride all day. It's just like, man, I just want to sit here and admire everything there is. Like, Woodward is, you can't even explain it within 20 minutes. It's so cool. There's everything and everyone there is, it's dynamite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, those fuckers hit that mini mega too. That's insane.
That thing is, I hit it in a recycling bin, but that's about all I do.
Jesus, you hit it in a recycling bin?
Yeah, we were all drinking. Everyone was drinking on the last day. And then there was so much ruckus. And some guy, he was like, he came into the Canadian cabin because we were all there. And he was like licked up or something. It was hilarious. And he invited us for the time of our lives.
That's insane.
That's all I could say. Thank God for that guy.
Do you have a video of that at all?
Definitely not a good one. Like I said, we were all licked up, but yeah, somebody has a video somewhere.
Damn, dude. I have to see that.
It was scary, but once you do it, it's like, man, I could do this on my bike.
Oh, yeah.
But like the ramp, and it's only a mini mega, which is...
Yeah, I've always thought that's really cool, is that it's like a miniature one. So it's actually like...
hittable.
Yeah, a lot of people could ride that. You know, I've always wanted to hit a mini mega. All In has their outdoor one now with like the airbag landing. So I want to hit that. But man, I would love to fucking hit that other one. I'm just too much of a bitch for that. I ride a full face too. And like,
really?
Ugh.
Dude, it's just... After you're flying for like 3 seconds, you don't know what to do and you just let go.
Yeah.
Like, I have that problem a lot.
Fair enough.
Yeah. I don't like to fly for too long.
Just too much air, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So when did you actually meet Nate and Zach? And I'm sure you know Goon Style Kyle.
I love Kyle. Kyle's
crazy.
The best. Most underrated guy ever.
Absolutely.
You Um, I don't know. I've known Zach for a long time. We kind of grew up together. We rode bikes together just a little bit. We went to high school together, so then we started getting like really close, and now we're like really tight. And then Nate, I think I met him at Joyride one time, and we were just chilling. And then once I went to Woodward, the connection kind of like got way stronger, I guess, because we actually had to like spend time together and we got to know each other. So I guess there's another thing that just happened over time. Just put myself with the right group of people, and that's what came out from it. Super stoked to meet Nate. He's a super cool guy.
Hell yeah.
He's so good at bikes.
Yeah, Nate is unfucking real, dude.
He's like, everything he does is perfect.
Very, very dialed.
Like, he's gonna be a superstar.
Yeah, he hopped on my bike the other day, and he doesn't like ride brakes or anything like that. And just having the time of his life on my brakes, and then like throwing flares on my bike. Like, that bike has never done a fucking flare ever. Like,
oh man, he's so good. I could just sit down, him and Cody Fry. Just sit down.
Cody's
and watch him for hours.
Fucking nuts, dude.
Dude, he has the most crazy arsenal of tricks you ever see in your life.
I haven't really heard much from him in the last couple of years, though.
No, he's like,
I don't know if he's slowed down.
He's doing his own thing. I can see him every once in a while. He still comes out and ride.
Hell yeah.
Just kills it. Such an animal. He's so good.
Yeah, he's done fucking triple flares. He rode at Nitro World Games, like...
Yeah, I've heard
not triple
that.
flares, triple flips, though.
Yeah,
like,
I've heard stuff like that. Like, he goes out... I guess he's, like, done practices with some of those guys, which is insane. Like, he can ride those ramps. Like, he's definitely one of my favorite riders. He's good.
Yeah, unreal.
He goes so high, he literally scares me.
Yeah, that shit's... it's always funny when you start to see people that are going that fucking big, where you're like, oh my god, dude.
Yeah, it's like, bro, like, what are you on? You need to chill.
There's a photo of Mark Mulville from when they were filming Anthem 2, and the fucking air that he gets on this is ridiculous. I'm gonna find this because this is insane. Like, just so fucking crazy.
Yeah, I wish I could send it like those guys.
Oh man, it doesn't even make any sense.
Go to the moon every ramp.
Yeah. Oh my god, when was the last time I sent a message to our group chat? It was like so long ago. Sorry, 1 second. Here we go. Oh yeah, on Instagram you can now like go through and find all the shared stuff. I'm like, is this all from forever ago, or is this all new stuff? That is not new. Sorry, oh, there we go. Hell yeah. Look at how fucking high that is.
Yeah,
Here,
like,
take that.
How much do you have to pump to go that high?
Oh my god, it doesn't make any sense, dude. So, if you can, hold that up to the camera there. Looks fucking insane, dude. Like, so huge.
That is wild.
Yeah, he's on, like, just on another level, you know?
Bro, it's like you don't even have to do a trick to make that look that good.
Yeah.
Like, he's just in the air.
It's fucking nuts, man. So I've got a Woodward clip that I'm going to show of you, and then after that, I want to watch your little section in Fu 7, aka Fire Mids.
Fire Mids.
All right. So,
I love that sound.
So ridiculous, eh?
Yeah.
All right, I'll pull this Woodward clip up quickly. Oh my god, what clip is it? Oh, there we go. Sorry guys, I know it takes forever. I need to start figuring out a different way to do this, because this always takes too long. Alright. Here we go.
This one. Yeah, I was pissed on this one. I did it like first try, and then Zach's like, that's really cool, you want to film it? And it took like 45 minutes.
Oh, of course, right?
Yeah.
Damn, that was fucking sick, dude. Yeah, that was really cool.
Yeah, that's
you can really see how fucking pissed you are.
Yo, yeah, I was not happy. I was like, man, I did this first try. Why can't I get it?
Oh, man, so crazy. So I'll pull up Fu 7 Fire Mids. Was this the first BMXfu video that you had clips in?
No, I've been in, like, I've had clips in actually a couple of them.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, like, I still go through the food videos and I'm like, holy shit, they put me in this too?
Yeah, insane, eh?
Yeah, I'm super stoked for that. Like, I'm getting publicity from them too, and
fuck yeah, man.
yeah, this makes me feel really good. It's like, man, I'm on the internet with, look at these guys.
Hell yeah. So, unfortunately, we won't have any sound for you guys listening, but we will have the clips. So we got Dan Kauke. Dan's insane. Just so good. Like, look at how clean this was.
Look at that. I can't even see it. It's so good.
And then Spencer Mack. Stefan is awesome. Hamilton dude. And then we got Blair. That was a really cool clip. I love this.
This one was crazy. That roof drop was not easy. It took so long.
This blew my fucking mind, dude.
Yeah, I was trying to get advice from the guys. Like, yo, how do I do this? And they're all like, man, I've never done that before. So, yeah, I was going into that one blind.
Insane, dude. Like, you know, I can't believe that you got the banger in that, like, part 2. You know, you got the ender of that, like, section, which is really, really cool.
I was stoked.
Hell yeah. Sorry, let me just jump back onto my chat here. So, how did you get to be a part of that video? So obviously, you know, you've rode with the Foo Dudes for quite a while. You just got hooked up with them recently. You know, why don't you tell us a little bit about the first clip where you're dropping off of that roof into that ramp?
So that ramp was there all day, and when it showed up, it was actually in really good condition. Like, I was boosting up, trying to get to, like, almost a roof on a wall ride going in. And eventually we just mashed a shit out of the ramp, so that trick kind of went to shit. And then somebody was like, yo, you should go in off the roof. And I contemplated it for a really long time. And then I tried it, and it actually took me like 8 or 9 tries to get. For everyone was just like, yo, go do it, and like cheering me on, like, keep going. So I just kept going for it, and
now, were you going for double off of the roof originally?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
It was really hard though, because like the ceiling thing was like,
it's really right there.
Really had to duck down, and then the ramp is 2 feet big, so you're basically going flat.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, is there any way you could have done tires to in? Probably not.
Because then I would have been like over the roof.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like realistically, there was no point of doing that, but I knew it was gonna be rewarding.
Oh, dude, there's always a point of doing it, you know, even if it is just for you. Like, that clip is still very fucking cool, you know?
And, like, I still see people still message me and, like, whatever, comment on that post and shit. And it's like, that's so long ago. You're still seeing that. It must be good.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. But, like, that was pretty wacky. Yeah.
Fuck yeah, man. That's awesome. And then that 270, I guess it was a bounce 270 on that, like, fence. That was fucking insane. How did you come up with that?
Well, I was just going on the fence and just kind of like hopping off, but it just wasn't enough for me. I just wanted something a little extra, and that's the only thing I can come up with that would have worked.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't want to spend an hour doing something, so just pull off the fence extra hard and you'll get it.
Hell yeah.
You know, I want to go back there and one up that though. I want to film something crazy there.
That'd be sick.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, I wonder what you could do out of that. Like,
yeah, another spin.
Yeah, another spin. That'd be fucking cool.
Half a spin.
That would be really cool.
Yeah, then it turns to mediocre to a banger.
Crank flip out of it would be insane. Like a 270 crank flip.
Yeah.
That would be fucking cool. I wonder what else. There's
you can go
too many.
Up the ramp backwards.
Oh, yeah?
90 and then 270. So
that would be really cool.
Yeah,
man. So something that I love about your riding is just that, you know, you're very creative when it comes to tricks, like using snow sleds, and just, you know, as a rider, who helped shape your riding? Like, was it a lot of the food dudes? Was it people like Tate Roskelley and Mike Mastroni?
It's kind of narcissistic, but to be honest, it was just me, because I really never watched too many like videos and stuff like that. like I just never thought about it. So it's just I saw something, smoke a joint and be like, man, this would be cool.
Hell yeah.
Other than my friends being like, try this, it was kind of like I would see it on Instagram or something like that, just random, be like, oh, let's try it. And then I would, whatever I think was cool, I would add into whatever I was trying. And then you just workshop whatever you get.
Yeah, exactly. And you know what's so weird is that a lot of the people that I've talked to on here, they always say the same thing of like, yeah, no, I really don't watch too many like BMX videos. Like, who's actually watching these then? Because like, there's a lot of people that do.
I like to look at magazines, though. I guess I'm a lot of aspects of my life. I'm really old school.
No, that's good though.
Yeah, like I love magazines and DVDs and shit like that, where it's like, yeah, I don't know. I think it's different. That's where I think magazines are cool. I like still shots. I don't take any at all, but I just like to look at it. And
yeah, you should try and get more. I was looking through your Instagram to see, because I like to try and get good stills of people to post on my like stories to promote them. And you've got like 3 photos that I like looked at where I was like, I could probably use those.
Yeah, I think the best still shot I have is, what is it? It's SSNYUK on Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah, I was doing like a Smith on a wall.
Nice.
To fakie.
Okay.
And I think that's one of the better still shots I've had.
You should post that.
It's on there somewhere. It was on the same wall where I dropped in off.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah, my phone's
Dude, what is going on?
My phone is going crazy.
All good. Yeah, let me know if you need to take that. That's okay.
No, that's good. It's just a buddy.
Cool.
He can wait.
We can even plug him in, throw him on air.
Yeah, maybe that's what he's doing. Tell him there's another number you can call.
Yeah.
Look on Instagram or something.
Yeah, go on my Instagram. There's a contact button. I'll throw the number up on screen now, actually. Let's see. I'm trying to do that. And tell Blair to play the video of the that Glover sent him. It's a roof drop Blair did.
Oh, yeah. So he's talking about a roof drop I did off my garage.
Can you send me the video quickly?
I could tag you in it. That's probably all I could do.
Okay, good enough. I should be able to find it on Instagram then.
Fuck, that was so long ago.
I think somebody sent it to you.
Yeah,
that's what they're saying.
Let's
yeah, shout out to everybody in the chat today. And thank you guys for subscribing and liking the video. That it actually does a lot, so thanks for that. Some of the comments on here, we've got Blairo, and then Roughhouse BMX saying that Brad Sims is crazy. Yes, he is. Hey, I'm sorry, man, took so long. And then it's Blair. It's Air Blair.
You know what?
There's like 50 links on Blair's phone of it, is what someone's saying.
Really?
Yeah, and then achievement unlocked. Yeah, a couple other awesome comments in here. Thank you guys for sending those in.
Play the link. Oh, I found the link.
Did you find it?
Yeah, this is from like, I don't know how we're gonna do this.
If you send me the link, I can like throw it up on screen probably.
All right, I will send it to you. How do I send it to you? Instagram or text message or?
Probably just Instagram it. I could probably pull it up on here.
There's a process for this, but yeah. So
that's why I do all this beforehand.
For this one, we were just chilling, and I was like, "Man, I really want to jump off a roof. How can I jump off a roof that's not going to hurt me?" And then my buddy had a really good camera at the time, so we were just like, "Yo, jump off your roof," and it was into a grass landing, which wasn't the greatest idea, but.
Okay,
yeah.
So I'm going to pull it up on YouTube because it is a YouTube link. Oh no. Closing my phone. Let's see. Okay, so just give me 1 second here, guys, and I'll pull this up. How do you pronounce your last name?
It's Rousselle.
Rousselle. Okay, that's what I thought. I always butcher people's last names on here, so I try not to like say them too often.
Yeah, I guess it's just a lot of letters, a lot of the same letters, so it makes it confusing.
Yeah.
But it's easier than.
Alrighty, so let's watch this.
Yeah, this was like a really long time ago.
Oh, nice. Little garage roof. Is that a cult frame?
No, it was a King Toko.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. It was a Titan before the Titan was born.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah, I've been riding the same frame really for a long time.
Yeah,
I guess that's why I like it.
Yeah. You're really into kink too, so.
Oh, I love kink. If I could ride for anyone, it would be kink.
That's sick.
I think they have one of the most stacked teams in BMX, and
I'd argue that Cult has the most stacked team in
yeah,
BMX right now.
Like the most, yeah.
Hell yeah. That's a decent sized roof drop too, actually.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Hell yeah. Is there more? Oh yes, there is.
I think I fell.
Nice. Let's watch that.
Oh, you
Just the aftermath, it looks like.
yeah.
That's awesome. Here we go. Is this hairless Blair? No, you still got some hair.
Yeah, I was like 15.
There you go. Hell yeah, man. That's sick.
Yeah, I guess that's the bike that all really started everything when I really started progressing.
Fuck
I
yeah.
guess it was that setup.
Thanks for sending that in. Yeah, so I got a couple fan questions here. And for you guys listening, again, you can call the number and ask live, or you can just leave a message in the chat. But now's the time to do it. So Devin Spencer asks, would you be stoked to be sponsored by a hair product company?
100%. It takes a lot to take care of this mane.
Oh, definitely.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
So if there's any hair product people...
Head and Shoulders, hit them up. Pantene, one of you guys.
I think it's L'Oreal is what I use.
L'Oreal, there you go.
Hit me up. I'll do some tricks for your squirts of shampoo.
There you go. That'd be great. Caleb Smith wants to know, if Blair could flare, would it be called a Blair flare? Or maybe would he hand out some flares by the Blair?
I think I'd be changed my name to Flair Blair.
That's a pretty good name, actually.
Yeah.
You should learn it and then change your Instagram to Flare Blair.
Blair
Flare.
Dude, I've tried them in a foam, but I don't understand how you do it. I always do like a front flare, I guess you could say. Like I go front ways.
It's weird. Whenever I've tried them, people have told me like, go off the ramp and look for your peg on the other side of where you're rotating. So like, for me, I always rotate to the left.
Yeah.
So I would want to look at my back right peg, because that kind of, if you do that, it helps you get the rotation, right?
For me, it doesn't make sense because once I go in the air and I start pulling, I don't know where I'm going to go. So it's like, am I going to land in the foam or am I going to...
Fair. Do you do flips at all?
Yeah, I could flip. I've been practicing front flips.
Nice.
Those are pretty wild.
Front flips blow my fucking mind, dude.
Dude, it's like one day I can do them, like always in the foam. I'm not doing them onto a ramp yet, but it's like one day I get them perfectly. The next week it is like nothing. I'll get halfway at the best.
Damn. Now, do you do them off of the off an actual kicker jump, or do you do it off the flat bank that most people drop in to come back up to the top? So I know a lot of people.
I do it on that ramp, but not on that flat bank.
So you do it on the actual like takeoff, like the 6-foot ramp or the 5-foot, right?
No, the small, the kicker,
the super
ramp.
Small one.
Yeah, but I don't drop in off the kicker.
Okay, because a lot of people say that the easiest place to do it is the flat bank. I can't even talk. Flat bank that you use to come back. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. That's what a lot of people say. It helps you to figure out like the motion.
Yeah,
but like I figure that out, and then I go to like the big ramp there, and then I just flail. Like I cannot. Yeah, it does not work for me.
Blows my mind that people can do that. And I've heard, I think it was Varga was telling me, like, lean back as if you're going to do a backflip on the takeoff. The second that your front wheel is over the coping, huck forward as hard as you can. And if you run brakes, squeeze the brakes.
Yeah.
I think that having the back brake really helps because then your cranks can't move forward, right? And that's for a lot of people where if you're brakeless, it's fucking hard to pull it around.
And it's like when you're pulling back, you jam the brakes and it'll like fling you forward. I guess it helps a lot.
Yeah,
it does for me, I guess.
If you need any advice on it, I'd actually like contact Zach Gerber or listen to the podcast that I did with him, because we talked about like him doing flips and like front flips, and he is the front flip god. Like he'll do them fucking anywhere. So
that's such a crazy trick. I don't understand how you can get comfortable with that motion.
Yeah, like, it just blows my mind.
Yeah.
So fucking weird. Any new parts, as in video parts, Dylan? Is that what you're asking? Any new video parts? Any new bike parts? What are we doing here?
Video parts? No, sir.
Nothing in the works?
I haven't even been working on... I think Lander just hit me up. He wants to start filming.
Lander or Landon?
Landon Barnes.
Nice, yeah.
Yeah, he wants to start filming something, so I'm definitely going to put work into that.
Yeah, Landon's really cool, man. Really good guy. He was on the show as my second guest ever with Ozzy. Those two are incredible to sit down with. Yeah. Landon, if you guys don't know, he films the Canada videos, and he filmed this really cool video back in Kingston called Vision Quest. That I really like the name of that. You know, it was a really cool video. Definitely go check out Landon and Canada. He's filmed with people like Mike Gray and Chris Silva, and definitely really cool. Window Seat Please is wondering what your first trick with the Fu badge was.
First trick with the Fu badge. Oh,
do you think it needs to be a Jersey barrier air, a pole jam, or like a nice big handrail?
That's what it should be, eh?
Yeah.
That should be the rule. But it was probably something basic, you know, people 180 or 360.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, man. Cool. I'm just gonna check the chat, see if anybody else left any other questions. Nothing yet. That's okay. So I've got one last question for you. What has riding BMX done for you outside of actually riding? Like, what's it done with your life?
It keeps me stable. It's an outlet. You know, I'm at that point in life where it's like I'm just starting life, really, just starting, you know, working every day and stuff. You know, I've been doing that for a while.
You're how old? 21?
21, yeah. And it's hard because like I live with myself and stuff, and shit gets really stressful at times. And biking has always been there now and before, just to relieve that stress, and you know everything's okay, whatever. And then it also like it just helps me explore new communities of people, because everywhere you go, there's a different community. You know, whether it's home or Niagara Falls, if you're traveling that far, it could be home to Florida, let's say, or whatever.
Yeah.
Something like that. There's always a different group of people, and it's always good to put yourself in that different group of people just to experience something else.
Hell yeah.
Everybody has something to offer. You know, give everyone a chance. Super cool like that. And it just, I don't know, gives me hope for the world.
No, that's a good point.
It just helps me mentally so much, just being able to go out and ride and being comfortable to be like, oh, yo, I want to do this crazy handrail, and being like, yo, I have the confidence and the comfort to just do it, and then get the satisfaction from that. Because for something that you spend so much time on, getting this special kind of satisfaction is really like, I guess it's monumental to you or whatever. It just makes you feel good.
Well, I think too a big thing is that when you do ride BMX and you skate or scooter, you know, you really start to look at the way that you go about that and taking it to other aspects of your life. You know, like obviously BMX teaches you if you fall, you get back up, you know, and I think that's a good thing to remember, not even in BMX, but just everyday life, you know. I can say, trust me, I'm only 23. I know the fucking stresses of being young and broke. It's fucking rough, but it definitely will get better, you know.
Yeah, it's just having that something you can like lean back on or rely on, and just something that's always going to be there, and just to pick you up, you know, something. You can't just work. You need something, you know.
Hell yeah.
And for me, that's biking is definitely that something. It makes me the best me that I could ever be. You know, I've met the best people I've could ever met with my bike, and it's just what I want to do. It's where I want to be. It's what I want to, excel at and be the best biker Blair I could be.
There you go.
Yeah.
I like that, man. I think that's a good way to end it off. Let's see if there's anybody else there. Yeah, a couple questions. So, looking forward to this summer and any bike trips planned?
Well, we're getting close to Swamp Fest, which is really stressing me out because it's like I'm borderline of, am I going to have enough money to make it or be able to go, or am I not going to have enough money to be able to go? Because every time I save money, it's like, bills come up. And it's like, well, there goes half of that.
Yeah, don't worry. That'll always be around.
Yeah, so like Swamp Fest is coming up at the end of the month, and I'm praying that I'm just going to find a way to be able to go.
Yeah.
But other than that, I think it's mostly local for the summer. Come like this way. We really want to go to London.
Fuck yeah. Let me know. I'll take you to London. I know
so
a lot
down.
of the crew there. So
my buddy shout out to him. He's helped me a lot.
Yeah.
He wants to like travel. He's good with the camera and stuff. He loves
Fuck
coming out. So like we just want to start booking in like short trips, day trips,
man. Dude, let me know. Like if you guys ever want to make a weekend trip, like if you guys want to come from Niagara, come to Kitchener like on a Saturday, and ride all day, I'll take you to all the spots in Kitchener, like the best spots in Kitchener, and then you guys can sleep in a tent out on the deck if you want, and then fucking go off to London the next day.
Awesome, we'd love that.
Hell yeah.
Just go explore, get out of Niagara because we've pretty much seen everything there is around there.
Fuck yeah.
We've ridden it all. It's all the same.
Yeah, it's good to get out and really explore, Like, if you don't make it to Swamp Fest, I'd say definitely take the money that you would have taken for that, put it away, and use it to go to Montreal. I don't know if you've been to Montreal.
Everyone wants to go in the wintertime, though. But it's like, I want to go in the summer.
No, you got to go in the summer. Don't go in the winter.
Yeah, everyone wants to go because of Lataz.
Fuck that.
Lataz.
Dude, I went to Montreal for an entire week, and I was literally at Lataz and went and rode P45, the DIY park behind it instead.
Really?
Yeah. Like, I don't know. I'm just not interested in riding another indoor park. Like, in the middle of summer.
Traveling that far? Why are you
That's
going
the
inside?
thing, right?
Unless
Like,
it's raining.
It was... Dude, that was seriously the best trip of my life, was going to Montreal. Like, and it honestly wasn't that much. We did it for 5 people. The whole week only cost us, I think, $211 for our place to stay, gas to get there, groceries for the entire week, and that's everything before spending money on like alcohol, weed, or fucking anything.
Yeah, that's not even bad.
Yeah. Like... And in Picton, they've got a dispensary, so go hit that up. You need to check that out for sure.
Oh man, I'm definitely gonna mark that down.
Do it.
That's doable.
Yeah,
100%.
Montreal is honestly, you could just get a couple of your buddies fucking involved. Start planning it like next week. Get some money put aside, rent an Airbnb, because the earlier that you do it, the better. Like the cheaper it's gonna be. Get an Airbnb for like 5 people. A couple people have to sleep on the floor with air mattresses. Sorry about her, you know. Honestly, really, really cool. And Montreal is the best because a lot of the people that don't speak English there will still try and help you. Like a lot of people do speak English there. Yeah. So definitely the best. Like, I honestly would say that Montreal is probably the best BMX trip you're going to get within Canada without going to BC.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Definitely going to look into that because I want to go out and explore and see different things, see where it takes me.
And then, we got Caleb Smith. Caleb Smith's in the chat now. Caleb says that you absolutely need to come to London. Caleb's from London. Day trips are the way to go. Did y'all hear about what happened at the Vans Park? Actually, Caleb, I talked about that at the beginning of the podcast. So sad, really upsetting to see that. And then Ben is asking, Blair, how many beeps does it take to bop?
I think about 7. About
7?
Yeah.
About 7? That makes sense. Hell yeah. Cool. Yeah, thank you guys for joining us today. I think we'll end it off here if that's okay with you.
Sweet.
Hell yeah, man.
Thanks for having me. Really appreciate it.
Dude, thank you for coming out. It's like a 2-hour drive from Niagara, so thank you.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to take advantage of it and go explore. And
do it. Yeah, there's lots of good stuff to ride around here, man.
I'm so down.
Hell yeah. Well, thank you guys for joining us today. I'll actually be back in a couple hours with Mike Kewen, a London local. We're going to talk about his trip to Australia, where he spent a good portion of, I think, 6 months there, and just other awesome BMX shit. So be here for that. Thanks, guys. Peace.
Have a good night.